So this is another installment of Skill Solution Set. This time we're going to be improving underwater kicking stability with the MCD drill. To undulate effectively, there needs to be a point of stability from which swimmers can undulate. And so ineffective dolphin kickers tend to have no stability, and their arms are moving all over the place. And so that wave of undulation needs to start somewhere, and that's going to start from a stable position with the hands and to some extent the head. So what does that look like? You can see this here. It's pretty tight. It's pretty stable, not a whole lot of movement, and it's pretty locked in. Another athlete here. Again, there's not a whole lot of movement with that upper body. There's going to be some, but they're not dancing all over the place that you see in some athletes. Another athlete here. Pretty tight. What doesn't work? Instruction. Some of them don't get it, some of them can't get it, and some of them won't get it. They either don't understand, they understand, but they can't make it happen, or they simply can't repeatedly do it because they get distracted or it's just hard for them to focus. So to solve that problem, we need to feel it and then train it. So one of the strategies that I like to use for this particular skill is to vertical kick and streamline, holding something in the hands and then focusing on keeping that completely still. I call this the MCD drill. It was named after an individual that I was working with a long time ago. It's her initials. And so what this does is it forces stability at the top. So they have to be stable with the hands and the head, or else whatever that object is, say a pool buoy, it's going to be moving all over the place. And then because they're vertical, if they're not getting mobility throughout the torso and they're not kicking effectively, they can't stay afloat. So because of those two constraints, holding the object still and staying up and keeping the head above the water, they have to be able to execute the skills that we're looking for. By changing the context, it's really effective at helping swimmers understand this skill. And because it's not technically swimming, they tend to like it because it's a good change of pace. So if you want to turn it up, you can go really, really fast with the kicking. You can go for longer durations with the kicking. You can integrate it into swimming. So you do a couple reps of the MCD drill and then you go do underwaters, or you do swimming with underwaters. You can use training aids too. So instead of holding a pool buoy, which will be somewhat challenging, if you hold a medicine ball or some sort of weight, that's going to be really challenging. Then you can also use fins. You can also use socks, which are going to challenge them or aid them in different ways. So here's the set. So they're going to go 6 rounds. They're going to go 6 times of 10 on, 10 off of vertical kicking MCD. That's fast. They can just hold a pool buoy. The pressure is not going to be on the resistance in this particular set. Then they're going to go 325s. They're going to go 10, 15, 20 meters underwater fast, and then easy the rest of the way. Then they're going to go 125 backstroke. Obviously, this could be whatever stroke you'd like. They're going to go 6 to 8 dolphin kicks off each wall. Those dolphin kicks are always fast, and then they're going to try to descend 1 to 3, 4 to 6, down to strong, and then down to stronger. So they're getting a lot of practice with underwaters, and then that first piece, you're really reinforcing the stability of the upper body. Then they get to practice that with actual underwater dolphin kicks in isolation on the second piece, and then they're going to swim backstroke while working on the underwaters and then descending the backstroke. So it becomes more and more difficult to execute those skills. But because they're getting constant reminders from the MCD drill and the underwaters, they're going to be focused on executing the skill with stability. And that's something that you want to continually reinforce throughout the set. So hopefully that's an idea for you to help you improve this particular skill. I'd love to see what kind of sets you come up with using this idea. Send them my way. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know.